Hey Janae, I hope you had fun at your wedding. Sounds fun. So I don't really have too many more suggestions. I really like some of the repetition here, but again, I wouldn't use the same groups with these. I would probably just use individuals because it starts to look like a repeating pattern, which you don't want. So I would probably just use a couple of these. And just size them and move them, move them around, not in the clumps though. I also would suggest maybe making the caricature just a little bigger. I think I might have mentioned this. Just because it can really, it's really more about the caricature than all this negative space. So, I mean, overall, I think it looks really great. I like what you did with the sky. You could even make it darker in the background. I'm not sure if you made the clouds yourself, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty easy to, oh yeah, you probably did. So again, you could make them a little darker if you, well, I don't know. I think I'd probably keep the light sky. But the main thing is the text still does not stand out. So just needs more work. And if you want to keep it black, you need to add some kind of stroke or something. I mean, if you go in, let's see, where is your text? Whoops. Grace. Where is the other line of text? Oh, here it is. So if you go in with this, I don't have the font, so I don't know what it's going to do. You could make it white even, and that's going to really make it stand out more on the, oh, you've got that bit on the top. So you might want to go with something that, or you might just want to work on making the mask lighter, because well, it's a little bit hard to read up here, but or just make it a different color. It just needs more contrast. So, and that's the issue with this thing right here. You might want to just make that lighter because it's the dark on the dark that's hard to read, and the little and the garden glitter could be a little bit bigger too. So yeah, maybe I would make this a little bit smaller, and then make the then you can make the garden glitter a little bit bigger, just because it's really, scripty fonts are easy to read when they're bigger, but when they get really small, they're super hard to read. So that could probably be a little bit, oh yeah, I moved the image, huh? So I'm just seeing what it looks like. Yeah, that's just again, so you could go in and, and again, you could go in with a bigger stroke. I mean, that's a problem, that it's just the stroke isn't big enough. Oh no, I'm not even on the stroke, I'm on the glow. I'm just going to make it normal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really, that just looks a little bit too strong. I think it needs to be a lot smaller. I mean, that works somewhat. I don't know. Let's see. If we did an outer glow. Might be a little bit. I mean, all this is so much about, yeah, it's not even showing it. Oh, that's way too strong. Maybe make it very, very light. Not that light though. So again, that's another option, because this is also, it's okay. It's easy to read pretty much. You just don't want to overdo any of these Photoshop effects, because they just start to, I'm going to lower the opacity now. It just starts to look too Photoshop-y. So anyway, so that's another option. I don't mind the black. It's just hard to read on the dark green. I love the grass though. I think everything else is really coming together really well. So you don't really have too much work to do. Let's see. Yeah, so, and again, this part needs to just be worked on a little bit more. You could also put some of the text in the white too if you wanted to. But anyway, but overall I think it looks really super good. And I just think with a little bit more work, you're going to have you know, a really nice portfolio piece. Okay, so yeah, really nice job.